Hi guys, welcome back to UChat tutorial, and today I'm showing you how to send delay message in UChat. So UChat provides user with 5 ways to send delay message, and I will show you in part 1. And in part 2, I will explain 4 different content types, and finally I will show you some example in part 3. These are the 5 ways to send delay message, and for the first 3, sequence, broadcast, and OTN. OTN is Facebook only, and we have already introduced how to use them in previous tutorial. Today I'm just give a quick walkthrough for how to, and if you would like to see more detailed demonstration, please have a check at previous tutorial. And I'm spending more time on how to use smart delay in this video. And for the fifth one, daytime-based trigger. This one is still in progress, and once it's done, I will make another video introducing how to use it later. Okay, before the demonstration, I would like to show you part 2 first. Please note that the content type things is for Facebook flow only. If you are building WhatsApp flow, WeChat, SMS, Telegram, or voice flow, you might want to skip the following part. And for Facebook flow builders, according to Facebook rules again, within 24 hours after users' last interactions, you can basically send anything with whatever purpose. However, after 24 hours, you must choose one of the 3 content types to successfully send a message to user. So for example, case 1. After 24 hours, you send a message with a default or promotion content type. What will happen is that user won't receive that message at all, and you will get an error in your error log saying fail to send. And case 2, again after 24 hours, this time you change your mind, and in order to successfully send a promotion, you send it with a non-corresponding content type, say confirm event update or post purchase update. Unfortunately, what might happen is that your page can get banned by Facebook. So it is really important, builders, be careful to pick a correct content types for your delay messages. Apart from that, OTN is a special case. We know that OTN is also used to send delay message after 24 hours, but you don't need to assign any content type for your notification. You can send whatever just as default and promotion type as long as users allow you to send. All in all, there are so many limitations for you to send delay message after 24 hours, and delay message usually contains only one message. The reason why we send that is actually to attract user, ask for interaction, and once user respond you, that action is opening another 24-hour window for you to send what you wanted to send. Okay, let's start the demonstration. Sequence, broadcast, OTN. Okay, firstly, pick a Facebook flow, and for sequence, go automation, and then sequence. Add new sequence, give a name, add message, and all the settings here. Content type, remember to pick a correct content type, and then you can add multiple message. One thing to mention is that due to the fact that you need to preset everything when you create new sequence, like including what to send and all the countdown about the messages, and you actually have one way to add extra message after user subscribe to your sequence. So for example, you have 2 messages in total here, and if the first one is sent, the second one is sent, then this sequence is done. So even you add extra message here, this one won't be sent. But before the last one is sent, you can still add another message, and therefore after the second one is sent, the system will send the third one, and before the third one is sent, you can add a number 4 and number 5, etc. Okay, so this is about sequence, and then for broadcast, go broadcast from the left sidebar, then add broadcast. Again, give a name, choose a subflow, and add conditions, and then set purpose of message, meaning content types. So you can send now or schedule for later. Okay, that's how you send broadcast. And then OTN. In last video we've introduced like in contents, go OTN topics, add a topic, yeah, as I done here, and then back to your flow. Pick any send message step, and here one-time notification. You will need to send a request first, and then after user accept that, you can send OTN message in the future. Okay, that's how you send OTN message. And yeah, you will see that to send OTN, they only requires you to pick OTN topics, and there is no setting for choosing a content types. Okay, and okay, let's talk about smart delay. So smart delay is in, okay, let me delete this first. Smart delay is in action step. So here at advanced action, you can find smart delay here. I'll click it, edit it. So there are three types for three delay types. The first one is duration. You can set minutes, 30 minutes, 30 seconds, 30 hours, just like the sequence. And you can also pick specify date and time. So this one is quite useful because sometimes you don't know what the exact delay duration would be, and you wanted to make a like reminder for user based on time. So this one is exactly for that, and you can pick a specific date and time for that. For example, last Sunday was a very special day, Mother's Day, and you can pick 12 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever, and then yeah, that's how you done that. And the final one, dynamic date and time. So this one is more flexible. So you can, for example, the field you use here have to be date time type variable. And for example, this one, booking time. So after a booking, I store users information in booking time, and then based on this time, I can send reminder for their booking. So offset field is for setting a duration that you wanted to send before this booking time or after the booking time. If you wanted to send exactly at this moment, then put 0. So for example, if user book a inspection for a property and I wanted to remind them like 24 hours before the booking time, so I can put minus 24 hours. Yes, that's how you send a reminder. And or if I would like to get some feedbacks 24 hours after the service, then I can put 24 hours here. Yes, and let's save it. So after you set up the smart delay, the message following this delay action will be sent as the delay message. So UChat will try to send everything that behind this action, but logically after 24 hours you can only send the first one, the first message. So here and one important thing to do is remember to adjust the content types in this send message step, because it might be sent after 24 hours since the last interaction. So remember to pick a content type, a correct content type for this delay message. And you can check the description, pick them one by one and check description whether you send it in a correct way or not. Yeah. And remember, I've mentioned that for other flow other than Facebook requires no content types. I can show you, for example, Facebook, go, for example, WhatsApp flow, go automation, sequence, and add sequence. So here with WhatsApp flow, you can see here you don't need to set content types for your sequence here. And also I can give you another example like voice flow. Go broadcast and new broadcast. Here you can also see no content types needed. Okay, great. We have covered all the methods to send delay message, and I've summarized their pros and cons here. Let's take a look. For sequence, pros: automatically send a series of messages once a user is subscribed to it. So this means once set up, the message list can be reused to everyone who subscribed to the sequence. For example, you can make a new user sequence. So each people who first talk to your bot, you can put them in a new user sequence and let the sequence to send them introduction about your service, your organization, so they can get to know you better by little and little. And cons: you need to preset everything, including the message content, the countdown of each of them, and their orders in the list. Okay, broadcast. Broadcast is basically the opposite of sequence. You can send anytime when needed, no preset required or no countdown beforehand. And for example, something happened suddenly and you need to make some announcement, or the event, for example, the event has been cancelled or rescheduled and you wanted to send a urgent event update or reschedule information, then you can use broadcast. And you can also choose who to send based on conditions, not only sequence condition, but also tag condition, shopping cart condition, and even values of a specific user field, as well as the combination of all of those conditions. So it would be way more flexible. Besides, you can send a broadcast right away or schedule when to send, and also cancel it before send if needed. Cons: you have to set manually every time and no reuse. So I can show you. So this is how it look like after it's sent. You can only see the name, status complete, and how many people you send and how many people receive it, and also the reschedule time, and that's it. You cannot enter it to see the editing and or say copy it to send a exactly the same one. So you have to do this editing all over again each time. Okay, OTN pros: don't need to choose content type and you can send anything for any purpose. So for other way to send delay message, you always need to assign a appropriate content type for that, otherwise your page get affected. So for OTN, you don't need to worry about content type. You can send anything. That's the good news, but the bad news is you will have to user need to click on the button to allow you to send, and each notification requires a request to be accepted by user. So that means if you wanted to send multiple notification, then you need to send multiple requests, and then those requests need to be accepted multiple times by user. And it only contains one message, so OTN will be a perfect fit if the user is waiting for something, whatever, waiting for a product, waiting for material document, or waiting for a response from you. So you can send them a OTN request to asking for permission to reply them later in the future. Okay, smart delay pros: rich delay types. You can choose to send a delay message based on countdown, fixed date time, or even a dynamic date time that's storing in a user field. And to cancel a delay message, you can just simply remove the steps after the smart delay action. And similar like sequence, it is also reusable. So once set up, it can be applied to every user. What's more, it's very flexible in terms of, due to the fact that it's in an action step, so it's basically part of the flow. You can put it anywhere in the flow, it depends on your needs. However, that also brings a drawback that if you wanted to edit it, remove it, and you have to search it in each subflow. So it is a good practice to give a good name to each step, so you can easily find them when you need to. Okay, and these are some of the examples, and I have explain some of them during the demonstration, and on the right side are the possible way that you can use to send according delay message. Yeah, that's all about delay message. I hope this video can help you find out which method to choose when you send delay message. So if you have any question, please comment below, and in the next video I'm showing you how to set a talk to human button for user and how to use live chat to back up your bot interacting manually with your users. And see you next time.